Pokemon. It's the legendary franchise that's had me addicted since the age of 6, when my older sister forced me to play Pokemon Red on a colorless Game Boy, while she got to play Pokemon Silver on her fancy Game Boy Color. And maybe I'm still a bit bitter about it, but whatever. Now I love Pokemon, but there's one thing I've never been able to do, and that's beating a Pokemon Nuzlocke. In fact, I'm so bad at Nuzlockes that I've been colloquially known as the Nuzlocke loser amongst my peers. Now if you're unfamiliar with a Pokemon Nuzlocke, it's basically a self-imposed rule set where you can only catch and nickname one Pokemon per route. If it faints, it's dead and you can't use it anymore. And if you outright lose a battle, you lose the game and have to start over. I adhered to a hardcore Nuzlocke rule set, so I also couldn't overlevel any of my Pokemon beyond the level of the gym leader's ace. Oh, and I randomized the wild Pokemon encounters because I thought it'd be pretty dope to find a Charmander in wild grass. So with that being said, I played Pokemon Omega Ruby, because I love Gen 3 and my dopamine receptors were craving a remastered nostalgic joyride. And you may be asking yourself, how hard could a Nuzlocke really be? And to that I say, you know what, you're totally fucking right. Pokemon is a game designed for children. Surely a 27-year-old man with a college degree isn't going to struggle in a game filled with cute little Japanese cartoon animals, right? Right, and that's exactly how it went. At least in the beginning. For our starter, we got a Machop and named it Dan Dorsey after one of my favorite local bodybuilders. And meandered over to the Rustboro City with our band of misfits. And before taking on Roxanne, we went and captured Basketball, the Jellicent, who would go on to become one of the god-giddly goats of the Nuzlocke run. But more on that later. We easily dispatched Roxanne by low sweeping with our Machop, and subsequently waltzed our way over to Dewford City, where a similar fate remained in store for Brawly, the fighting-type gym leader. With 2 confusions and 2 kills, Goth Girlfriend, the Gotharita, officially became the new queen of Dewford City. So with wind at our backs and confidence at an all-time high, it really begged the question, who in their right mind is going to try and stop us? Team Magma? No! I'm not going to lose to some guys dressed in red onesies. Would our rival stop us? Hell no! Or how about Watson, the 3rd gym leader? Well, this one was an interesting case. Like I said before, I adhere to the Nuzlocke rule set where you can't overlevel your Pokemon beyond the gym leader's ace. And I'll be honest, I can be a little bit lazy sometimes, so I didn't even bother looking up Watson's ace because I thought I knew it off the top of my head, and, well, yeah. You think Dan Dorsey is overleveled, by the way? No way. Is he? Oh, shit. So realizing that, I still managed to sweep the rest of Watson's team without using my 2 overleveled Pokemon, Machop and Sunflora. After this, we continued to march on to Meteor Falls, where we encountered Tabitha, the Team Magma admin. Oh, wait, no, that's Courtney. This is Tabitha. And why is his name fucking Tabitha? Anyway, we clapped his cheeks not once, but twice, both in Meteor Falls and Mount Chimney. Upon defeating Tabitha, we had an epic standoff versus Maxie, the leader of Team Magma. He was actually a breeze, and we one-shot his first 2 Pokemon before taking down his ace, Camerupt, with 2 back-to-back Bubble Beams from Basketball, the Jellicent. We went on to the next gym to sweep through Flannery's team, again with Basketball, the Jellicent, before we took on Norman, my fucking dad.
Daddy, chill.
Now on paper, Norman's team looks fucking scary. 1 Vigoroth and 2 Slacking, or is it Slacking? I don't really know. I'm gonna go with Slacking. Now Slacking has a combined base stat total of 670, which puts them in the same category as Pokemon like Groudon and Kyogre. Kinda spooky. However, Slacking happens to have the worst Pokemon ability in the game, Truant. And I'm not kidding. The ability literally makes the Pokemon skip every other turn. Along with this, the first Slacking also knows the move Yawn, which takes 2 turns to put my Pokemon to sleep. Pokemon's terrible AI will also pounce on every opportunity to inflict status conditions, unless it sees a killing move, which is why when you're facing a stronger trainer's Golbat, more often than not, it's going to start with a Confuse Ray. Or in this case, Norman's Slacking will use Yawn if it sees that your Pokemon isn't already sleeping. So combining Slacking's Truant, Pokemon's terrible AI, and Dan Dorsey finally making the transition to performance-enhancing drugs, we've discovered the perfect confluence of gimmicky strats to beat Norman, which is what we did. by constantly swapping in and out of Pokemon so as to never get put to sleep by Yawn, and then one-shotting the Vigoroth with a wake-up slap from Armachoke. So at this point, you might be thinking, Fred, you've beaten 5 out of the 8 gym leaders without losing a single Pokemon. When does the Nuzlocke actually get hard? Right the fuck now, bitch. In an attempt to capture a wild Metang, we ended up losing F-Word, our Sunflora.
No, what? Oh no. No!
And accidentally killed the Metang in the process as well. He's gonna use Takedown, he's gonna kill himself. Please. No! The next gym leader, Winona, was no slouch either. With a surprisingly well-rounded team of flying-type Pokemon, and more specifically, an Altaria with like infinite health regeneration, it came as no surprise that we struggled a bit with her. In fact, I actually lost my first Omega Ruby Nuzlocke attempt against this exact bitch. Oh, she went straight for the Altaria. So with this painful experience, I had to come up with a foolproof game plan to guarantee victory versus Winona. First, we had our Ferroseed use rollout and pray that it killed the Swellow that had been double teaming for 3 turns straight. Next, we sent out Togekiss to deal with the Pelipper and Ninetales to one-shot the Skarmory. And lastly, for Winona's Altaria, or Ace, we had to whip out the most heinous, most diabolical trump card known to man, the Fredeggs Gambit. Yeah, nah, we just made the Ninetales use Confuse Ray and hoped the Altaria would keep hitting itself. Which it did. And I may have glossed over the part where my Ferroseed and Stoutland died in the process, but I didn't really care, because this was the furthest I'd ever gotten in this particular Nuzlocke. Woohoo! So with 6 badges under our belt, it was time we started moving out into uncharted territory. This meant we had to be on our toes and make ourselves aware of every trainer along our path. Which is why you'd think I was possessed by a fucking 3-year-old, due to how easily I threw away the lives of my own Pokemon.
You guys are melodic? What the f...
Oh god. Is this stupid to go into rollout? I want to try rollout because I don't think... This might be troll. No! No, no, no! No! That was stupid. I literally called it. I told myself not to do it.
A few moments later.
Okay, here's the trainer battle. Shit. Guys, I might have fucked up. I didn't even look at what she has for team. God fucking damn it. That being said, we breezed past the battle with my girlfriend, Courtney, on top of Mount Pyre. Afterwards, we successfully infiltrated the Team Magma hideout and in the process managed to capture a Drifloon named Alice. And this was important because the next gym is a Psychic type gym, which worked in our favor because Ghost type moves absolutely dookie on Psychic type Pokemon. And I'd like to say that I truly needed the Drifloon, but in reality, this was by far the easiest gym leader I've ever fought in my life. Come on. I beat Andrew Tate and Liza in 2 turns! This is the 7th gym, why do they only have 2 fucking Pokemon? So anyway, after we finished dealing with those toddlers, the game started to get serious again. And it turns out that navigating the water routes in this 20-year-old game proved to be a little too difficult, even for a 27-year-old man with a college degree. Oh, I think this is where we gotta be, right? Where do I go? I thought I was supposed to go here. Oh, I'm not supposed to be here. Okay, my bad, my bad. I think I just keep going. Where the fuck do I go? Alright guys, I'm officially lost. I gotta look at a guide. Don't know where the fuck I'm going. But after a bunch of dawdling and waffling, we finally managed to get to Sootopolis City, where we had to deal with more Pokemon plot points. AKA, it was time to fight Primal Groudon. Except, this is a randomized Nuzlocke, so it wasn't actually Groudon. Oh, it's Palkia. That's right, I forgot it's Palkia, actually. Unsurprisingly, we found that a dragon/water type Pokemon is incredibly difficult to deal with, especially when having no dragon type moves at our disposal. After losing both our Mightyena and our Whiscash, as well as 90% of the health on each of the other remaining Pokemon, we were only left with one option. And that is why basketball is the GOAT. In all seriousness, that was an insanely lucky turn of events. If you didn't know, wild Pokemon choose what moves they use randomly. So assuming Palkia has 4 known moves, that means we rolled the 1 in 4 chance that Palkia could use Aura Sphere, the only move that doesn't affect Jellicent, allowing us to use a move and kill the Palkia. After receiving the randomizer Nuzlocke equivalent of a pat on the back, we were finally able to challenge the 8th and final gym leader, Wallace. Despite having a formidable ace in Milotic, I knew he would start with his Love Disc, aka one of the worst no evolution Pokemon in the game. Using this to my advantage, I was able to set up like 3 or 4 Quiver Dances with my Lilligant before one-shotting the rest of his team.
Let's go!
So with 8 badges collected, there were only 2 things left to do. Get through Victory Road and challenge the Elite Four.
No!
Yeah, we lost our Lilligant in Victory Road, but at least we finally got out of that hellhole and we're finally at the Elite. I fucked up. I fucked up so badly. I forgot about the battle with Wally right before the Elite Four, and we went into this battle with a fainted Lilligant and an underleveled Blaziken. Honestly, this battle started pretty well. We cleared through his first 4 Pokemon pretty comfortably, and then he sent out his Gallade. He swept my entire team. Basketball, Dan Dorsey, Goth Girlfriend, everyone, all of the OG Pokemon that brought us to this point. So where do we go from here? How could we come so close and not even step 1 foot inside the Elite Four? I honestly considered breaking my own rules and pulling a new set of 6 Pokemon from the PC just to fight Wally and challenge the Elite Four. But I'm not a coward. I may be a chronic Nuzlocke loser, but I'm not a man who goes against his own word. So the decision was made, and we go again. I'm currently live on twitch.tv/fredeggs, so if you want to tune in to my current Nuzlocke attempts, feel free to do that. But we won't stop until the deed is done. Anyway, Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing. Alright, later.